Well, kia ora and welcome to Sky Stadium here in Wellington for coverage of today's fixture between New Zealand under-22 and China under-24. The second game of this two-game series, and looking forward to bringing this game to you over the next couple of hours. Glenn Lama's my name. A pleasure to be calling this game again for you today. And it's going to be interesting to see how China come back from losing that first game 2-0. A couple of new players featuring in their team today, but pretty much the same starting 11. A couple of new changes. Here's Zhang there, number 9 coming in. He's was on the subs bench the other day, so he's starting today. And also number 21 is in. That is Abud Valamu, who comes into the starting lineup. Other than that, it's the same 11 that played the other day in Auckland. Let's have a look at the New Zealand team. A couple of changes to their lineup today. Lucas Kelly-Heald comes in defence, wearing number 4. We didn't see him the other day. We also didn't see the keeper, Case Sims. He's replaced Alex Paulson, who's back to the subs bench in this clash. Finn Linda, a new name to New Zealand football fans. He's a Canadian with a Kiwi mum. He gets his start wearing 13. He's a central defender. And we've got a couple of players we saw the other day from the subs bench that are starting today, Finn Conchi and Nathan Lobo, who get their opportunities in the starting 11 today for the coach of this team, who is Paul Temple. So let's have a look and see who is officiating this game today. And it's CK Kawana War, who has got the referee's whistle for this clash today. Finn Sermon, the captain of the New Zealand team, takes over the captaincy today from Sam Sutton, who is on the subs bench today. Whether we'll see him, we will see. CK Kawana War being assisted today by Isaac Trevis and Edward Cook, and Kelvin Berg is the 4th official. So, of course, this match is a curtain raiser to the main match coming up this afternoon between New Zealand and China, which you can see live on Sky Sport. It's on Sky Sport 3 today. And that one coming in from 4 o'clock this afternoon from Sky Stadium. So this New Zealand team, good effort in the first game. Struggled a little early to deal with China's physicality and intensity and pace. But once they got that sorted out, the New Zealand team looked comfortable, with goals coming in from Sam Sutton from the penalty spot just before half-time. And Riley Bidwar, who scored that very good second goal, created by Ben Old in the second half. So here we are, China underway here with the second game here of these two clashes between the two teams. Pleasure to be with you today. China, of course, their team largely the team that is going to take to the field in the Asian Games. And straight away is going to be a free kick for New Zealand. Maybe some offside play with Zhang just getting ahead of that defensive line. So yes, this Chinese team is the team that will compete at the Asian Games in Hangzhou, a city in China, in September. The under-24 side, and this New Zealand team, of course, will be building towards many of these players building towards some very important tournaments over the next 12 to 18 months. First of all, there's the under-20 FIFA World Cup in Indonesia coming up in the middle of the year. A lot of these players will be featuring at that tournament. And then next year, it's the Paris Olympic Games. So most of these players, if not all of them, will be still eligible for that Olympic team next year. So they have a lot to play for. And straight away, here's an opportunity for China early in the match here. White jerseys there, but scramble clear, but only partially. And now there's plenty of New Zealanders back, but it's still there for China. And see if Lobo can get rid of it here. Well, good start by the Chinese, but some good defending there by New Zealand. They got plenty of players between the ball and the goal. As Lobo will ensure that there's a goal kick. So some early pressure on the New Zealand defence, which they coped with pretty well in the end. Nathan Lobo, the Auckland City left back. Saw him get some time on the field in Auckland on Thursday, but starting today, Lucas Kelly-Heald and Finn Sermon, the central defenders today. And now's Linda, the Canadian. Nice spread of the ball there for Lobo. Early pass into Jesse Randall, who had an excellent game on that left wing side on Thursday. Kelly-Heald all the way back here to Sims. Chance for New Zealand to build again through Campbell Strong. And Conchi. And Lobo, who stayed forward, trying to get Randall into the game again. China were very physical in that first half on Thursday night. If you missed that game, they conceded 4 yellow cards before half-time, but none in the second half. That's Sermon with that through ball, but cut out nicely by the Chinese defence. And now Sims back into the game again. Swedish-based player these days, Case Sims, Phoenix reserves player a couple of years ago. Foul gone against Riley Bidwar, who got one of the 2 goals the other day. Here's Yang. Change of captaincy today too for China. Xiang was the captain, the tall central defender. But the armband today with Jibao Wen, number 16. He was one of the 4 players yellow carded on Thursday. So plenty of chatter from this New Zealand team as they look to build it back from the back again through Sermon. China have got it through Fang, busy player, and Tao likewise on that left flank. Jian, bit astray with that pass, but in the end tidied up okay. But New Zealand have forced China to make the error, so they're back in possession again. Kelly-Heald to Lobo. See if Bidwar stayed on side there. He did. Sermon is feeding Conchi. 3 players with the first name Finn today in this New Zealand team. Here's Finn Linda on the ball here. Finn Sermon, Finn Conchi. And now Campbell Strong. We'll see if one of those 3 Finns can get on the score sheet today. Maybe even, I don't know, maybe a couple of them. Here's Conchi. This is Ronan Wynn. Flag stays down here for Jesse Randall. Lovely pass to him. Turned over by New Zealand, but they've won it back there. There's plenty of red shirts there, though. And that was nicely won by Hleek. And now China can clear through Wen as he looks to find Qianglong Tao. Most of these Chinese players playing professionally in China for teams like Guangzhou, Shanghai, Shenzhen. So they're and several have played full internationals for the Chinese national side, but currently in this under-24 team preparing for the Asian Games. Win. All the way back to Sermon once more. So patient build up here. Patient start by the New Zealand side. Just looking to hold the ball in the Chinese half in these first 7 minutes. Whoops, there's a slight error. And New Zealand win it in midfield. Good work here. Nice work by Ben Old. And for that little 1-2, but couldn't quite get it back as we see Lobo. Now Conchi. So this is good stuff by New Zealand. Solid play. They've been dominating possession. Starving the Chinese of the ball. And looking to carry it on nicely. Ronan Win. Sermon to Kelly Heel. Well, so apologies about that technical interruption, but we're back here at Sky Stadium. Good news is New Zealand still playing solid in this first half here against the Chinese under-24 team. As Finn Sermon gets Kelly Hield involved in the game again. Just a touch too strong there, perhaps. No, he did well in the end as he infected a plan B there to Riley Bidwar and just couldn't pass the ball to Ben Old. But a good combination and nice to see New Zealand make something pretty much from nothing there. And to get Han and the rest of that Chinese defence still a little bit hurried there. China coming away with the ball now, and Abud Vlamu, it is in possession, number 21. Xiang. Goes for the direct pass, and it's a very nice one. But offside play, and New Zealand going to take it quickly. And we'll try and catch China on the hop. Campbell strong. Lobo. And again, New Zealand just settling things down nicely at the back here. Like the way they've started this game. It's that dominating possession. Kelly Hield again. Good pressing by China, hurrying Finn Sermon this time. As New Zealand go back 20 to 30 metres. There are plenty of touches for the defensive line so far in this game as we see Conchi coming forward now. Well, that was easily cut out by Dai for China. China just will be hoping to get some just time on the ball here. Maybe just hold it for a bit longer than they have been able to do so far. But there's another little hurried play by Abu Blamu. Can build from the back again. As we see Linda try to get Win. It's interesting to see Linda dropping into that right back position. Win playing a bit forward, more forward. He's in the midfield today. Win playing at right in that. Always a good play, and the flag stays down this time. So China, opportunity here. Oh, just couldn't quite link up with Tao at the far post. But nice attack by the Chinese, spreading the New Zealand defence and putting a bit of pressure on them. Now chance for New Zealand to counter. Old just couldn't quite catch up with it. China again. Back at right back today. Coach of this Chinese under-24 team, Dejan Durdovic. He's got the challenge of getting this Chinese team up and running here in this game. Now here is Fang again, who made that excellent run down the right just a moment ago. Here is Abud Vlamu. Now Fang. Looking to utilise the play here of Leek, central midfielder. But good pressure by New Zealand as China again forced to go all the way back to Han. So New Zealand have been pressuring China nicely without the ball so far. So good signs for New Zealand, but still they're going to have to continue this all the way through the game. China look like they do have some talented players in the side. Yali Jiang doing well to keep it in the field of play. Pressured here by Randall. And Randall's won the ball. Good play by Randall. Here's a shot. Oh, is it going to rebound in? It isn't. Ben Old so close to opening the scoring. Wow. A very good play there by Jesse Randall to set up Ben Old. And only the crossbar denying him. First big chance off the game, and New Zealand, just like the other day, within a whisker of opening the scoring. So New Zealand will try again and build from the back. Finn Sermon, solid as a rock at the back. Lucas Kelly-Hill, those two played a lot of football together for the Wellington Phoenix reserves. A lot of these players having played for the Phoenix reserve last year. Conchi's another one who's playing just in front of Sermon and Kelly-Hill. That's a nice ball to Lobo. Lobo hooks it back. Can't quite hook up with those two strikers in the centre, but still a nice attack again by Lobo and by Kelly-Hill. The pass to him was a gem. Nicely done by Campbell Strong. Now Linda, or in fact Zach Conchi rather. Here's Linda. Over to Win. And now Old, who hit the crossbar just a couple of minutes back. Linda looking for something up the centre. Good play. Bidwar couldn't catch up with the nutmeg. Here's Bidwar. Oh, he could have had a crack there, I reckon. In the end, he tried to feed a teammate. Well, even though there's 18 minutes played, New Zealand are looking good in this game. Sermon. Another ball. It will test the Chinese, not this time, in fact. Straight away, here's another opportunity for New Zealand. Sermon. Kelly-Hill. So New New Zealand going well as we see Linda get Wynne involved. But New Zealand turn it over this time. Great conditions for this game today as we just tick over the 20-minute mark here in Wellington. And a foul there, just getting a little aggressive, was Fang Hao. China getting a little frustrated, not able to get their hands or their feet on the ball for long periods so far in this first half. As Ben Old has fouled this time. Now Wynne. Sherman again. This patient play from New Zealand is really proving beneficial as Old makes a nuisance of himself again. Lobo. Now we'll go back to Kay Sims. He's turning 20 years old tomorrow, Case Sims. So great to see him back from Sweden for this game. Been up there for 15 months now. Here's Randall. That's headed back nicely from captain of the day, Wynne. Back to Hahn. So New Zealand leading 1-0 in this game. Ben Old, the goal scorer. He also hit the crossbar as well. So New Zealand having good chances in the game so far. Ben Old is having a good couple of games here. Remember, he's the only player in this New Zealand team that has played full internationals for New Zealand. Ben Old creating one of the goals last Thursday, second one for Riley Bidwell, lovely pinpoint pass through the middle. And today scoring in the 10th minute and also hitting the crossbar. Sherman. That was Old just trying to flick one through to Bidwell as Young goes back for China. So New Zealand really dominating possession, unlike the other day, as well as Bidwell. He's offside. Can't have been much in that one. But other than the first maybe 10 to 15 minutes on Thursday night, which China looked good in that period, it really has been New Zealand the better of these two teams in this series. Jiang for China. Good pressure again by New Zealand. You can see that the Chinese again struggling to get anything past the halfway. They're having to get really creative, which is that's a great ball. Excellent play by China as they come forward now. Love that play. Tao has it back here again. Some lovely short passing. New Zealand defending, and Sherman clears it, but only partially. Now Fang racing over to try and pick this one up. Again, a lovely direct pass to Leak. Chance here for China, and there's the equaliser. Fantastic goal from the visitors, and it is the captain, Wen Xiaobao, who's equalised. the build-up to that was superb. So you have to give the Chinese some credit for coming back and finding a way. There was some wonderful interplay there between the Chinese players. And Wen finished it off. So it's game on here. The one apiece as we approach the 26th minute. Wow, one of the few times we've really seen China able to worry the New Zealand defence in this first half, and they took their opportunity, and now an error. And Fang again, this all-action striker, just fouling Finn Sermon there. Well, good tester for New Zealand. Nothing like being brought back down to earth by conceding a goal. Randall. Oh, lovely ball into Bidwa. Here's Bidwa. Well, those two Chinese defenders got back really well. Made it very tough for Bidwa to make something of that. Old, muscled off the ball. China come forward again. And Fang, that one's too strong for him. Strong for New Zealand. Just under 20 to play in this first half of this second match between New Zealand under 22 and the Chinese under 24 team here from Sky Stadium in Wellington. Second full international between New Zealand and China coming up at 4 o'clock today. Sermon going back here. Now Sims is back in his penalty area and has it under control. Former Western Suburbs player, so he'll enjoy being back in Wellington as well. He's in the Team Wellington team back in the old New Zealand Premiership as well. Didn't get on the field though, but was part of their squad back in 2020. So he'll, I'm sure, be enjoying playing in his home ground here in Wellington today. Now this is Lobo. Nice play from Nathan Lobo. Just didn't quite get the support perhaps he deserved there from his teammates. New Zealand still get a throw in though. See the Chinese coach Durdovic there, Serbian, marshalling out his, barking out his instructions. Kelly healed. Win. Sermon again. Well, China holding their positions that time, and you could see New Zealand were hesitant that time to try and make something of that. Now Sims has gone long here. Lobo looking to put some pressure on. It's nice play. As China come out again. Good touch there. What a great ball again, but some jersey pulling there. The referee might play advantage. In fact, he is going to come back here and give a yellow card as well. Referee CK Kawanawa putting that one on Zhang. That wasn't for the jersey pull, it seemed. It was for the next challenge. So Ronan win. Oh, that one. Well, that was ended up okay for China with Xian Junwang with that touch back to his keeper. Could easily maybe gone out for a corner. But in the left back did well. Linda. He's occupying that spot today. A right back spot, which we saw Wynn playing in on Thursday. Yeah, referee's going to free kick against Yalajiang and taken quickly by New Zealand. Strong coming forward, playing a bit further up the pitch today than he did on Thursday. So Conchi's dropped into that defensive midfield position today. It's good to see some reshuffling. Always good to challenge players. Always good to see them playing out of position. Gives them a better understanding of what their teammates have to do in a game. Sermon out to Win. Now Linda plays for the same club, the Vancouver Whitecaps, as Jay Herdman, who's on the subs bench today. So hopefully we might see Herdman again later today as we see Bidwar utilised. This is Lobo. Nicely cut out by Shang for China. Goal scored by Ben Old in this game in the 10th minute. And Wen for China, the captain. Wen Jiabao in the 26th minute. 13 minutes left to go until half-time here from Sky Stadium. Kelly Heald. Now Lobo. Kelly Heald again. Passing's been nice and accurate by New Zealand central defenders and Linda as well. Nice touch there from Strong. Conchi on the ball. And when you can see open on that right-hand side, although Old, he finally gets it to him now. He's Old again. Love to run at defenders, but he's well looked after that time. Good win there by Wei Jun. And there's a chance for China to counter through Fang. Oh, well, it might work out all right in the end. Abud Vlamu was there to pick up the dregs. And now we can see Wen taking the cautious route. Wang and Tao being hustled off the ball though. It's good play. Now Campbell Strong. Bidwar trying to get behind those two defenders again, but they're watching him like a hawk. In this first half, maybe they thought they gave him too much space in that first game. Now, see what Tao Qianlong can do here. And New Zealand got back in good numbers. Chan. Abud Vlamu. Bidwar and Campbell, Jesse Randall doing good pressure up front on those Chinese defenders. It's a nice touch from Kelly Heald. Now Win. Conchi for New Zealand. Nice play from Conchi. And New Zealand's got a throw in through Lobo. Sermon. A little foul there on Ronan Wynn. Ronan Wynn getting frustrated, wanting to take it quickly. Ronan Wynn, he's been in America for some time now. Good to see him back in New Zealand. And now we've got a chance to see New Zealand push some players forward. You can see Sermon and Kelly Heald going forward. This is Jesse Randall who's going to take this free kick. Away by Jiang. When Sermon stayed forward and is onside. Kelly Heald. He's looking to hook it right over to the far post, but again, I just wondered for a second whether he should have had a crack there. Lobo again, and now Kelly Heald. So New Zealand still, this very deliberate build-up from the back. This is their strategy in this first half. Happy to hold the ball for long periods of time. Even that goal they conceded back in the 26th minute hasn't seen any strategic change for them. Win. There's a nice ball to Old. He's drifted wider this time. Win. Linda. Conchi utilising Campbell strong. Again, just patiently holding the ball, New Zealand at the moment. Ronan Win. Conchi looking for some action further up the field. It's not going to get it this time. Kelly Heald over to Lobo. Good pressure again by China. You can see they've got pretty much every player back behind the ball. And then their tactic is to get the ball and break like they've done now through Fang, but he's on his lonesome. Going to have to wait for support. Kelly Heald concedes the throw in. Now China can swing some players forward. A rare foray into the New Zealand defensive end here for the Chinese team. Yeah, white shirt's back, but that's too deep, that cross, and comfortably in the hands of Case Sims. Lobo. Great ball. Lobo's onside. He's been watched like a hawk, and I think that might have come off Abudvlamu. And it's gone out over the byline, so it is a corner. I don't just for a moment whether it might have been a throw-in, but see penalty area getting packed, 6-yard box getting packed now as Jesse Randall comes over to take it. 20-year-old who plays in Charleston in the USA. Wellington Olympic player from last year. Hahn hasn't got it. Oh, he's still there, Hahn. And if Linda could have just hooked it past him, that could have been really interesting, but wasn't able to. Kelly Heald. Randall. That's Conchi. Now Win for New Zealand. Again, just knocking it around at the back. China defending. Just not pressing too much on this play. More content to just guard the space rather than pressurise the player in possession. The referee is just looking a little indecisive, but now Just concerned that there's a collision there between two players, and there might be a concern with the head there for two Chinese players who might have collided. During that play, referee CK Kawana-War. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, you can see that Abu Lahan Hleek is one of the players down, and it looked like it could be Dai Weijun who's the other. So just a reminder that Ben Old scored the goal for New Zealand back in the 10th minute. When a really good goal, equalising in the 26th minute of this game. There's a concern still over these two Chinese players. Remember, kickoff in the main game today between New Zealand and China is coming up at 4 o'clock. This afternoon, live on Sky Sport 3. Hopefully New Zealand can put some good pressure on today. The Chinese really create more opportunities. Get the ball on the back of the net. But as I touched on earlier, these players have a lot to play for. And players like Kay Sims, Lucas Kelly-Hield, Finn Sermon. Finn Linder, Finn Conchi, all guys around the 19-20 age group, and keen to get to that under-20 World Cup in Indonesia mid-year. Plenty of others on the bench too in that category. Adam Supik, Jay Herdman, Isaac Hughes, Noah Karunaratne, all of these guys. Dan Mackay is another one. All of these guys were part of the New Zealand under-19 team that won the Oceania title in Tahiti last year. Now you can see that Abu Lahan Hleek, his concern over him, he looks like he's coming off for further assessment. Hao Fang actually was the second of the Chinese players that collided, the head clash. So we'll see if they are able to return. They both come off the sideline. Looks like Fang wants to come back on immediately. And Hleek looks like he might be the worst of the two affected. Yeah, we can see a sub is coming on actually. Mingmin Sai, Hong Kong Joe, is coming on to the field, number 8. Attacking midfielder. So one of the two players we have won't be returning, we know that. But say based on what we're seeing, Hleek. Yeah, Hleek is the player who's not returning. Fang looks like he's ready to come back on. So, fourth official, Kelvin Berg, just dealing with that. So a shame there for Hleek, who's out of the game, but an opportunity again for Mingmin. We saw him play on Thursday night, coming on as a substitute. Sermon. Coming up to the 45th minute. So with that break and play, we're going to have 4 minutes of added time in this first half. That's a great ball to Old. Old gives it to Randall. And in the end, it was partially deflected. Ended up being a comfortable gather there for Han Jiaki, who's the keeper again today from Guangzhou City. Well won by New Zealand's Linda. A little push in the back there, I think, from one of the New Zealanders. So China get a free kick. So New Zealand back defending, all players behind the ball except Riley Bidwa. Not able to control it, so no threat there for the New Zealand defence. Again, no high pressing from the Chinese team, as New Zealand looks to just calmly play the ball again. Linda. Win. He's basically been super glued to the right touchline in the first half. Ben Old again, just creating a bit of havoc there, and he's fouled on the edge of the area, and a yellow card's coming too. So second yellow card of the first half. And that's Ben Old to a T, isn't it? The attacking threat he can provide has been on display a few times in this first half, including with that goal he scored back in the 10th minute. So a late chance here for New Zealand. So you can see Kelly Hield and Sermon have come forward again, the central defenders. Finn Linder as well, who's maybe only a couple inches shorter than the tall players. So a real tester here for the Chinese defence. Question is, can one of those New Zealanders kind of create some space for themselves in that tightly congested penalty area? Well, in the end, it's rather wasted, isn't it, that free kick? Well overcooked. And that one goes begging by the team in white. So 1 minute left in this first half. Shan. Oh, he's given the ball up. Here's Bidwa. Conchi for New Zealand. Win. That's a good ball. Here's Old again. Trying to get around that defender, and no foul that time. So China are able to clear it away. That's good defending and a good outlet pass there by Dai. Again, China's stay on possession was brief, and that is the end of the first half. So 2 goals in the first half. Ben Old for New Zealand scoring in the 10th minute. And then a really good goal by Wen Jiabao to equalise in the 26th. So it's nicely poised, this game here at Sky Stadium. See New Zealand under-22 team won and China under-24 won. We'll have the second half for you very shortly. Well, thank you for stay with us here on New Zealand Football's YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in for this game. 1-1 at half-time between the New Zealand and Chinese teams. New Zealand under 22, China under 24. Let's have a look at the two goals. And here's New Zealand's goal. Came in the 10th minute. Lobo with the good cross. Well, that was Randall. And then, wow, a little clever backheel in there from Ben Old. And that gave New Zealand the lead in the 10th minute. First look at that goal, actually, after our little technical problem. So we're pleased we can bring it to you. But here's China's response. This is a terrific goal. Look at the one-touch passing here. And then tucked away nicely there by the captain for today, Wen Jiabao. The lead-up to that was very impressive from China. They spread the ball, good mixture of short and long passes, and executed it really well. Good vision by the Chinese team to capitalise and score from that play. So those goals coming in the 10th and the 26th minute. So it's nicely set up between these two teams heading into the second half of this game here in Wellington. Remember, New Zealand won the first game on Thursday night between these two sides by 2-0. Goals from Sam Sutton from the penalty spot and from Riley Bidwar. And even though the scores are tied at 1-1, I think New Zealand should be fairly happy with what they've produced in the first half. Now, right down the bottom of the screen, you can see a couple of subs are about to be made. Oscar Van Hattem is about to come on, and Noah Karunaratne is coming on as well. Campbell Strong is off, and the other player is Lucas Kelly-Heald. So it looks like Van Hattem's going to occupy the right wing spot, as we've seen him occupy it before. Karunaratne is going to go straight into the midfield. So that will force a little bit of reshuffling. And the defensive line, it'll be interesting to see how Sermon, I think you might see Finn Linder come into the central defence position and Ronan Wynn drop back to right back. Yes, that's exactly what's happened. Here's Linder, who's moved in from right back into one of the central positions now. Great ball from Van Hattem straight away for Karunaratne. Now, has that come off? It's come off Karunaratne for a goal kick. So Finn Linder back to central defence, the Canadian player who has that Kiwi mum. Here's Van Hattem. Throw-in coming for New Zealand. So Wynn will played very well on Thursday night in that right back position. Lobo's still out there. As Old makes a run down the left this time. Randall trying to help out, win the ball. Old looking for the free kick, not getting it. So China back to their bustling off the ball play to start the second half. And remember, the second full international between China and New Zealand coming up live on Sky Sport 3 this afternoon. 4 o'clock kickoff. 0-0 on Thursday night, and there's a foul from behind, so New Zealand concede the free kick. Zhang Wei was the player fouled. He's one of the strikers of this team. Plays for Hebei in China. Now his captain then, goal scorer today, Wen. Linder for New Zealand. I don't have the stats in front of me, but my suspicions that New Zealand's time on the ball would be somewhere around the high 60%. It would be somewhere in that vicinity. China have been really struggling to have the ball for any lengthy periods of this game so far. That's good play from Conchi. Karunaratne can come forward now. Here's Van Hattem. Nice cross from Van Hattem. Almost deflected for a New Zealander here. Randall it is. And Hahn came out. Still here for Ben Old. Oh, he's chipped it, hit the post. And my goodness, Boudoir just couldn't get the power on it. Ben Old did superbly well there. Check this out from him. Watch this here from Ben Old. Delicately playing it over, just not getting the rub of the green. Oh, China fortunate to survive. New Zealand very close to getting their second. Remember, Ben Old hit the crossbar in the first half as well. And not only did he score that goal in the 10th minute, instrumental in New Zealand's 2 other chances that they've had. Oh, Old hit the... After you see players score 1 goal, hit the woodwork twice more. Sermon, nice play from him. New Zealand look to attack quickly this time. Well, that time Randall just lost it clean and away comes China. Nice touch from Zhang. And there's a foul there, and that's going to be a yellow card for, I think it was Finlander. Just holding the Chinese player back there. So New Zealand now getting all their players behind the ball. Still a long way out here. Be interesting to see how China approach this. They play it short just out to the left here to the new player on the pitch, Mingman. And that's exactly what they're doing. Away by Sermon. But only as far as Tao. Pushing Wang back up. Good ball into Fang here. Good play from him. But Sims is up. Gobbles it up for New Zealand, and now they can counter. Karunaratne. Nice switch of play. And Ronan Wynn is quick. In fact, that's Lobo who's over there. And New Zealand looks to sweep forward. Lobo continues his run. And Hahn's up there just in front of Oscar Van Hattem. So no change to the half-time score, but a good start to the second half. Wang now. But again, New Zealand's winning the ball back pretty comfortably on that play from Finn Conchi. Finn Sermon to Finlander. All the Finns still out there for New Zealand's under-22 side. It's Van Hattem, one touch past that time. Boudoir chasing through. Conchi, nice play from him. He's done well there, Finn Conchi. Bit of space here for Ben Old. Randall running at the defenders. Old. Nice play, now Wynn. And Hahn, well, he didn't grab it, but deflected it away. And still there for New Zealand. Wynn, and that looked like a clear foul that time on Oscar Van Hattem, but referee Kawana Warren not too excited about getting the card out, as Wynn conceded the free kick. So here's Jesse Randall again. What can he cook up here? Tightly congested, aren't they, in the penalty area? So have to be on the money from Randall. Chinese are outnumbering New Zealand. There's 5 players in there for New Zealand and like 7 for China. Oh, it's right across the face, and Sermon flew at it, couldn't quite get there. Nicely taken by Randall this time. Dangerous ball into the area. Well, that's how close Sermon was to getting that one. Han was at the near post, covering it for China. Dangerous ball, though, nonetheless, from Randall. Coming up 10 minutes played in the second half. Still 1-1. Nice touch. Here's China. Fang coming through now for China. Good play from him. He's quick. And Fang gets back onside. That's good play from him. And he's beaten that defender. Fang getting close here. And New Zealand concede the corner. So Fang Hao continues to create problems down that right wing side. That was good play. So now China can attack. Well, China coming back into the series quite nicely, losing 2-0 on Thursday, remember. But they've rolled the sleeves up well in this game so far as they get the corner. Well, not executed. Well, they'll be disappointed. They can still create something, perhaps. But Ben Old does well there to win the ball back for New Zealand. And now Lobo can move Old and his teammates clear. And there's space here as China move back now to defend this next play. Now Ronan Win. He's excited. He pumps it forward, but Jiang. It's a good header away, and China have lost it. Here's Karunaratne. Chance here. Oh! Well, another excellent shot there. I think that was Ben Old again. Or is it Randall? It was Randall that time. And he wasn't far away. Excellent counter-attacking opportunity for New Zealand. Handball there, and going to be a free kick for New Zealand as Sermon played it into that Chinese player. I think it was Zhang. Sermon for New Zealand. Now Linda. Win. So Linda is, let's tell you a little bit about him in a minute, as Oscar Van Hattem. Is it back to Win? Van Hattem. Oh, dangerous ball in. Great cross from Oscar Van Hattem. And a nice, didn't just have nice shape, it had beautiful shape on it. And Xiang. It's good play from Sermon. Excellent play as Win goes back. Pressured though. So Linda, an 18-year-old, doesn't turn 19 till early May, born in Calgary, but is plays at Vancouver. In the MLS Next Pro League, he's played 12 games for them this season, as we see New Zealand coming forward here through Randall. Randall, big chance here, and again, he's just outside the far post. great counter-attacking opportunity, and Randall loved the cutback there. Another opportunity near thing there for New Zealand. Yeah, so Finlander, many New Zealanders might not know him, but yeah, promising player, 18-year-old defender out of Vancouver, and qualifies for this team because of his mum as a Kiwi. Always good to have depth and options across the park. And Linda will be, I'm sure, super keen to get to the FIFA Under-20 World Cup this year in Indonesia. Our referee's going to play on. In fact, now it's going to be a foul against one of the Chinese players. So 2 subs from them coming into the field. Number 18 is He Yuping. He's coming on. And number 14 is Chen Gukang is coming on as well. So Abud Vlamu is coming off. And on comes He, the 23-year-old, another full international for the Chinese team. Dalian Pro is his team back in China. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players on the Chinese bench today out of their 12 who have played full internationals for China. And another 4 in the starting lineup today. So this is a good challenge here for this New Zealand tennis. Van Hannem looks to create something in front of goal. Just the touch was a little strong. Van Hannem looks to put pressure on Xiang, who copes with that one. In fact, he takes no chances and just gets rid of it. And now Sermon's been tangled up there in Hao Feng, who's one of China's better players so far in the game, number 20 on that right side. Great ball into Old. And that one straight at Han as Bidwa flew in. Oh, not much wrong this player's done today, Han. He's been excellent so far. Positioned himself well for New Zealand. New Zealand's attacks in this game. And they're just coming a bit more frequently at the moment, aren't they, in the second half? Good 3 or 4 half chances for New Zealand in the last 5 to 10 minutes. As they look to try and break this deadlock. Lobo, good ball to Old, nice and accurate. Old times the pass. Here's Randall again, attack from behind, but he's got through those defenders. Randall has another shot, and again it's straight. That time at Han. He got that one on target, unlike the last two, which he just missed. But some nice play. Combination between Randall and Old is very good. And Hannem will give up the free kick that time. Xiang. Well, it's Fang just a little under pressure. China backpedaling somewhat. Just under half an hour to play. Hope you're enjoying this coverage of this match here on New Zealand Football's YouTube channel. As we see these two teams go at it, the New Zealand Under-22 team up against the Chinese Under-24 side. And the lead up to today's full international here in Wellington. And that's a great through ball. Too strong though, as Kay Sims was well aware of the threat of that one. As they're in a flash. New Zealand keeper. Conchi feeding Lobo. Now Randall on that left wing side again. Well, that time that was a poor pass. Easily cut out by Dye. It was like he was wearing a white jumper. Nice switch of play. Here's Randall again. Randall tries to get it to Old, but that was well won by Chinese player. And it was He, the substitute. Win over to Sermon. Now Randall again. Ever a threat on that left wing side. And Old again. China are defending that threat now pretty well. See if that continues though. Switch of play. Van Hatten the target of that pass. Oh, slight communication breakdown there. Win goes back to win it back though for New Zealand. Conchi. Linda. China looking to turn defence into attack again, as we saw one of the central defenders race forward there. Here, it was Hahn rather, looking for He on that right wing side. Zhang winning the ball. So China just coming back into the second half a little bit more in the last 5 minutes, although again they're not able to get the ball forward too much in this game. Certainly they're not lacking in effort and commitment. They fought pretty well over these first 65 minutes. New Zealand certainly had the chances, more chances in the game. I remember hitting the woodwork twice, as well as scoring their goal. Linda. Now Sermon and Lobo. Win. Going to measure that one over to Karunaratne. That's going to be a throw-in for New Zealand. Didn't really push too many players forward for that play. Good stuff there. There's Randall. Flying onto this one. Oh, nice touch from that Chinese defender. Good play from Yeli Zhang. And he did well to shadow that one. But it's going to be a corner. But some nice interplay there between Jesse Randall again. So he'll go over to take this corner. Sermon coming forward again. Linda up there too. Well, the delivery of that last free kick that Randall had was spot on. Let's hope this one is as well. Flicked on by the captain, Sermon. That's given up rather easily. And look at China. They could break here. Zhang it was, coming forward and forward. It says here. It's Fang, but he's just kicked it out. It's ruled off him. A disappointing end of that potential breakout there by China for them. But again, good pressure by the New Zealand defenders. Get back super fast. Very important from those plays. went to Van Hadam. Sermon. Now Lobo. Now Conchi. New Zealand happy to hold it. That short passing game. Again, looking to bear fruit. Karunaratne. Give a space up the middle. It's a tightly congested area though. New Zealand really haven't had the opportunities to go up the centre and create something meaningful like they did on Thursday night with Bidwa and Old. China have left no space down that channel at all in the game for New Zealand to exploit in these first 68 minutes. But down the left, they're finding some space. Here's Old again. Linda over to Sermon. Lobo, solid game at left back for him today. This is Randall again. Zealand happy just to hold the ball at the moment and then patiently build something up. But again, that's a nicely anticipated play there by Wen, and China, in the end, their tactic of just not pressing too much. Again, defending the space play, that pays off. Nothing really coming from New Zealand on that play. So with 20 minutes to play, looks like more subs coming into the game. Good to see the sunshine out again here in Wellington. China are making a couple of subs on. In fact, New Zealand is making a sub too. Sam Sutton coming on. He was captain the other day. And he's going to take over the captaincy from Finn Sermon as well. Two players coming off for China too. Zhu and Sun. So a reshuffle in the defensive line with Zach Sorosic also coming on for 20 minutes. And Finlander's come off. Now here come New Zealand again. Good challenge coming in there from China. That could have really opened up for Jesse Randall. And it's ruled to have come off him. So it's going to be China ball. Well, one bit there by Conchi. Karunaratne. Got some plenty of pace about this lad. Trying to get it to Randall. Couldn't quite get him there. And there's going to be a foul earlier on with referee Kawana War giving New Zealand a free kick there. Just maybe some obstruction there on Karunaratne, according to the referee. So New Zealand now got this opportunity. Van Hadam has come up from, or come in from the right wing to have a discussion with Ben Old. Jesse Randall perhaps. Now, let's see what happens here. Who will Old take or will Randall? Going to be Randall, and he's high, wide and handsome. So no change to the halftime score. 17 minutes to play. Ben Old, the goal scorer for New Zealand in the 10th minute. It was a goal-mouth scramble and finished with a back heel. And Wen, very well constructed goal for China in the 26th minute, equalised the scores. See if one of these two teams can push on for a winner in this last quarter of the game. The referee's going to give possession to China with a foul by New Zealand. Well, that is Mingman, who came on in the first half when Leek was ruled out with that head knock. Busy player. One. Well won by Wynn. And there's the foul. That's good play by Ronan Wynn. And referee Kawana War might just have a word there after Chinese player kicked the ball away. In fact, that was Zoricic. That was the instigator of that play. So good work by Zach Zoricic. Here's Randall. Now Sutton, that's a good ball. Just, in fact, too strong for Jesse Randall by Sam Sutton. So Hahn going to settle it down again. In fact, he pulls the trigger pretty quickly there. Zoricic with that header. That's a nice touch from Van Hattem. Sermon for New Zealand. So Nathan Lobo's gone off as well as Sam Sutton back on the left wing, left back position rather. Here's Sutton. Good play, beautiful play. Here's Randall. Randall, Hahn, still there for Riley Bidwell, and I think that might be a goal kick. Or has it been ruled a corner? Well, lovely play from Sam Sutton, and Randall found himself in space. And that's been ruled to come off one of those Chinese players. Bidwell is still down there, but that's the precision left-back play that we've come to enjoy from Sam Sutton over the last couple of years. He'll be playing his 50th A-League game the next time he comes out for the Phoenix. Starting 11 games, or starting 5 games from 11 appearances this season for 1 goal against Melbourne City. Sutton went up to the Olympic Games in 2021 as well with the New Zealand under-23 team, but didn't get on the pitch. But going to be a key player for the All Whites going forward, you'd think. Although he does have Kakachi in that position too, doesn't he? But he's not got options going forward. Maybe one of those two could play a bit further up the pitch, down the track. Let's see. But concern over Riley Bidwell here. Hasn't had too many chances today. It's Randall and Ben Old who have had the best chances in the game. Old, remember, scoring in the 10th minute and hitting the woodwork twice. Randall having 3 shots, maybe 4 now, in fact, with 2 of them on target. And the other 2 only just missing. Well, Bidwell looks okay. He seems to be running fairly freely, so we mightn't see the end of him, but we'll wait and see as we see this corner about to be taken. Hahn is up, but doesn't deflect to a white boot. Conchi putting pressure on this Chinese player, and it's Chinese ball. So again, they survive okay. Captain Wen with the throw-in. Chen winning that one for China. And now Sutton again can unleash Randall to run at defenders. Early cross this time. Took a slight deflection, and that might be another corner. Good play from Randall. Gets the applause too from Oscar Van Hattem. So Ben Old coming over to take this corner. He was the scorer of New Zealand's goal. Again, the deflection away by one of those Chinese defenders. And Shu is working hard on that right wing side, but New Zealand will keep the pressure on, take it quickly through Sam Sutton. Randall was fouled there again, so more opportunities coming here for New Zealand as they look to reclaim the lead again. So all Chinese players are defending here, all 10 of them outfield players, taking no chances. Just before we get a restart and play, looks like another sub is about to be made. And Bidwar, is that Bidwar coming off? Yeah, looks like he's battling a bit, isn't he, Riley Bidwar? We saw him being injured just a moment ago, so he comes out of the game. And here comes Joe Lee onto the pitch, the Auckland City player. The Old swings it in, and it's straight to Hahn. Comfortable catch there for the Chinese keeper. 10 minutes to play in this contest. Oh boy, that is going to be a yellow card for Finn Sermon. Yeah, it was fairly blatant, wasn't it? On Dye. Again, a foul had to be made there. Otherwise, that could have been big trouble for New Zealand. Sermon really had no option. It's a second yellow card of the second half for New Zealand. Linda got the other one, but he's since been substituted. Mingman to take this free kick. Win, that's well won by him, the captain. Swinging a dangerous ball in. And it's come off Chang at the near post. Well, one thing that China have done well today is not get too down on having this weight of possession and territory against them. They've actually knuckled down really well in this game. Yes, they haven't created the amount of chances New Zealand has had in this game, but it hasn't let them worry them. They've defended them and then looked to make something. There's been good fight from this Chinese team today, and there's an example of that right there. In fact, that was a little bit too vigorous maybe from the substitute He Yuping. Here's Win. Sutton going long. That's well won again by China. Win. Feeding Chen. Wants to run it. Zoricic. But he's lost to Conchi. Good win by Finn Conchi. He's had a solid game in that defensive position. And now, what can New Zealand make of this? Through Joe Lee. Again, good pressure by China as they look to counter again. New Zealand are back in numbers. When he's been shuffled around in this game, hasn't he? He's playing his third position now. Right midfield, right back, and now back into the central defensive position. Van Hattem, who's switched over to the left. I see Randall now playing on the right, so two wingers have switched positions for New Zealand. It looks like another sub is about to be made. Ben Older's coming off by the look of it. New Zealand's goal scorer. Good day for him. Not only scoring the goal, but hitting the woodwork twice. Jay Herdman coming on for the last 6 minutes. It's Karunaratne, but well won. Oh boy, that was a bit of a hack there from Jiang Junwang, who concedes another free kick for China. New Zealand not mucking around, taking this free kick quickly. Sutton. Oh, another lazy challenge there. These free kicks being conceded regularly at the moment. Hare that time. In fact, Hare gets a yellow card for that challenge, and rightly so too. That was a sloppy one. Here's Wynn. Zoricic tries to get around that defender. It was Chen. Oh, but messy by both teams, and China are going to come away with it here. Win with a challenge. Well, he's won it clean back there. And that's a pretty decent ball. And coming back there was Van Hattem, but Chile going to have to build from the back again. Just under 5 to play. Can they find the winner? Sutton. Great timing of the pass to Randall. And plenty of Chinese defence there, though. Xiang scrambles it clear. Wang was there as well. But again, a lovely pass from Sam Sutton to Randall. Had New Zealand fluently moving forward down that left, looking really good. So Randall again with this corner. No one at the far post. Easy tip away by Hahn. Conchi flipped it back, and there's a long ranger. Oh my goodness, it's in. Terrific goal by New Zealand. That is how to finish, and it's come at just the right time. Conchi with the cross. And it's Jay Herdman with his first touch. And what a classic goal that was. Jay Herdman, the son of John, of course. And Herdman, who played really well at last year's Oceania Under-19 Championships and played well in the first game on Thursday night of the series. He gives New Zealand a 2-1 lead. Well, that's a real blow for China, but New Zealand execution was first class. Great cross from Finn Conchi, wasn't it? Oh, the ball boy caught one in the head there, but he's okay. Well, China now, time is the enemy for them too, so they look to get an equaliser. New Zealand looks to win both of these games now. There they break now. Oh, good ball. Karunaratne's onside. That's Van Hattem up front. Karunaratne Held back by the jersey there too. Here's a chance. Oh, straight at Hahn. Oh, Jesse Randall just couldn't get enough angle on it. That could have easily have been 3-1. Probably should have. Oh, who knows? It still might end up 3-1 as this game opens up. Look at the space for Jay Herdman now. Well, New Zealand might choose to just manage the game from these last few minutes here. Oh, Wynn's clean missed it, but Zoricic is going to tidy it up. New Zealand have to be careful here. Wynn's going to give up the free kick. And that will give New Zealand the opportunity just to use the clock to their advantage again as we come up into the 90th minute now. Sims, who's hardly been seen any play at all in the second half. Just a handful of touches for him. Four minutes of added time, as you can just see Kelvinberg, the fourth official, just hoist the board right at the bottom of that shot. So 4 more minutes for China to find this equaliser, 4 more minutes for New Zealand to close out their second victory. Still want to play positive football. Karunaratne. Nice play from him. That's a good ball to Van Hattem. Van Hattem. And again, it's going to be a corner for Wang. Oh, here's that chance. We just saw that jersey pull there, Karunaratne. And then Randall, look at all the space from him. He just couldn't get that angle on it. And straight at the breadbasket of Hahn. It could have been 3-1 there. Could still be 3-1, of course, with New Zealand looking to cook something up here and ice this game. Here's Joe Lee. Conchi. And there's a header from Sam Sutton. Still good play by New Zealand. Nice positive play to see them still playing well right down the end of this match. Mostly flicked on by Wynn. Fan hasn't had many touches in the second half rather. He was great in the first half. There's Jiang. Now looks to switch play back to the left-hand side, but Zoricic is there. Nice play as Chen comes forward. Again, New Zealand pressing quite well at the moment. China passing, and everything's going to have to be super accurate. That's hard luck there for Dai Weijun. So New Zealand will get possession again with 2 minutes to play. Well, China now just maybe getting one or two more chances left in this contest as Wynn goes back. Going to play the territory game. Flag is up for offside. So China will have to hurry now. We're inside the last 60 seconds. And they're pushing all their players forward now, with Hahn coming forward to take it. They're just going to pump it forward and go for it. Jiang, and that's come off a New Zealand foot for a corner. Well, they just have to execute this one to perfection. And who knows, they might scramble a 2-all draw here. So it's going to be Mingman to take it. They're only committing 4 players inside the area, China. And New Zealand have a lot more players in there. Hoisted back in by Dai. Still there for China. Here's a chance for Chen. And it's deflected off the post. Goodness me. New Zealand really struggling to scramble that clear. Beautifully kept in by Jiang. And then Chen, it came off the arm there, the upper arm of Van Hadam for another corner. New Zealand very lucky to escape there as Mingman tries again. Oh, saved by Sims, cracking stop by the New Zealand keeper. And that will be the last play of the game. Well, China could have scrambled a 2-all draw right at the end there, had it not been for some luck and some good keeping. New Zealand get the win by 2-1. Good game of football as we check out the highlights. Here are the 3 goals. Here's the first one back in the 10th minute. Really scrambled in and nicely finished by Ben Old in the end. New Zealand led 1-0. And then this is just the tale of what was an excellent goal by China. Strung together a number of passes. Good cross by Halik. And then finished off by the captain Wen. 1-1 in the 26th minute. And then we got right to the end of the game with the 87th minute. But this one here was the second time that Ben Old hit the crossbar, and Riley Bidwar so close to putting it back in. That one was from Randall, just eluding the post. Here's another one from Randall, which went right across the face. And here's what ultimately was the winner. Beautifully finished off by Jay Herdman, the 18-year-old. Boom, that was a ripper. And this last chance right on the death here for China. Jiang, and then Weng off the upright, and then Sims with a cracking save just seconds after that as well from the corner. So an exciting end to the game. But New Zealand get their second win over the Chinese under-24 team, having won 2-0 on Thursday night. They win 2-1 here over the Chinese team here in Wellington. Well, thank you for watching today. Thanks to the team that put it on. And football fans, we're looking forward to your company at 4 o'clock this afternoon, live on Sky Sport 3 for New Zealand's game against China. We hope you can join us then.